Webflow is a web design tool that lets users build websites visually without needing to write code using a drag and drop interface. In this course, Ashok Kumar will teach you the basics of using Webflow to develop a website without a single line of code. He's an experienced developer and teacher.
Hey, do you want to learn how to build a website without writing a single line of code? If yes, then you are at the right place. In this video, I am going to show you how you can use Webflow, a no-code website builder tool, to create interactive and advanced websites without writing a single line of code. My name is Ashok and you are watching the Webflow Crash Course 2024. So let's dive in. Hey, so first thing we are going to learn the layouts, how you can create layouts in Webflow using Flexbox, CSS grid, columns, or images, buttons, headings, and paragraphs to create a nice looking website. So as you can see on my screen, here I have a Webflow project open. But before that, let's discuss this Pixel website. I want to discuss about the layout here. So as you can see, it's a layout of one column, right? One column layout or just a one row layout, right? Inside that you have heading, you have a paragraph, and you have a button here, right? After that you have image, or let's say you can create a video or anything that you want, right? It's a one column layout, right? But here you see it's a two column layout, right? So layout is the most important thing when you are building a website. If your designer is providing something to you in a Figma file or this Pixel file, we are using this Pixel a lot these days to create designs. You can give it a try. It's not a sponsored video, but you can give it a try. It's an amazing tool, right? Here all these sticky interactions, right, to create interactive layouts. See the way they are creating these layouts. Here again one column, but here you have, let's say, a grid layout, five items in that grid. Here again you have a two column layout, but you are using let's say 2 by 1 grids here, right? Two rows and one column, and here you only have a one column. So websites are always built using these layouts, these grids and columns and rows that you can use to create any kind of website, whether it's an animation uh, website, or whether it's just a simple website, a simple landing page. You must have knowledge about the layouts. If you see any design, let's say if I just see this design, right, I must have this idea in my mind that okay, I will use something like grid or let's say Flexbox to create a layout like this. That is must, right? If you want to learn the basics of Flexbox or the CSS grid, I already have videos on my channel. You can go through them and you can learn the basics of them, so that you can create these advanced layouts. Okay, so that's it for now on this page. Let's go to Webflow. A website is always using images, headings, buttons, paragraphs, and colors, right? To create a nice looking website. So on Webflow, here I have a panel like a top bar where you can see you have desktop breakpoint, tablet breakpoint, you have a landscape mobile breakpoint, and you also have a vertical mobile, or let's say portrait breakpoint. If you want to add extra, let's say 1280 pixel, 1440, or 1920, you can do it from here by just clicking this 1920. It will add a 1920 width of breakpoint for your website. Here you have designing, where you can edit the website, you can design the website. Right now you are designing the website. If let's say any owner of the website just give you the editor access, right, then you will be able to edit your website only, nothing else you can do there. Here you can see the status, if the site is auto saved or not. Here you can export the code. You click that on this code like icon, you can export the code. Right now we don't have anything, right? That's why nothing is there. JS file and all these HTML files. I don't want anything right now. Here you can leave comments. You can leave, let's say you have a website ready and now you send it to your client or to your team member so they can leave comment. A designer who can leave comment, just go there and just write their comments, just like in Figma or in Pixo we do, right? You can leave comments. You can by clicking this play icon, you can preview your website here. By clicking again, you can just come out of it. And if you want to share, you can share a read-only link. Read-only link means if I just share this read-only link with anyone, they can view my designer mode. This is a designer mode. They can view my designer mode, and they just see, okay, this is how they build the site. If you want to send it to any employers, right, any agencies, then you are looking for a job, then if you're, I highly recommend you share the read-only link so that they know the structure of creating a website, how you are creating a website. So I think it will add some chances of getting hired you. And publishing, here you have a staging domain and here you have a custom domain. About this one we'll talk about this at the end of the project. Okay, so now here on this left hand side panel you see all the required elements are there. Let's say you want to add a section, you just drag it and drop it anywhere here you want. You want a container inside that, you can drag and drop inside that one. And stack means a Flexbox thing. I'll show you in a while. Here you have a div block, list item, link block, and buttons. All these things are useful when you are creating a website. In HTML, if you have a basic knowledge of HTML and CSS, that would be an advance or a plus point for you to learn Webflow. Here you have a typography, heading, paragraph, text links, text block, block code, rich text. Rich text is something like is you mostly used for blogs, because in that you have everything: image, headings, paragraphs, list items, videos, everything you can show inside that one. Here you can show collection list. Collection list is mostly used for the CMS. I'll talk about that also in a while in the CMS section. Media, you can add a video, you can image, YouTube video, Lottie animations was spline scene. It's a new integration with Webflow and spline. You can add your spline items or 3D character here, and you can play with it in Webflow. Here you have your form blocks, all the form block, label, input, text area. This is for premium one. Checkbox, radio, select, and all these. I highly recommend you go through all these to know how to use them. Just play with them. Just drag and drop them here on the page. One thing you have to keep in mind: without form block, you can't add this thing on your page. Let's see if I try to add anything, they won't let me add because I need a form block there, right? So make sure you have a form block there, this form block, and after that inside that you can add this input, text area, and everything that you want. Lightbox, locals list, this is for this one, this multilingual website. If you want to embed a third party code, you can use this embed or navbars, pre-built navbars here. Let's say I want to add a navbar here. See, I have a navbar on my page, just a drag and drop thing. You can have a map, Facebook, Twitter, all those things. You can have a search, site search. So many things you can do with this in this element panel. Here you have your pages. You can see static pages, utility pages means password pages, 404 pages, error page. You have your CMS collection pages, e-commerce pages, and user pages. All these are pages. These are dynamic pages. When you create any user, let's say if you want to create a membership website, then you can access all your user pages from here. If you are creating an e-commerce website, then you can create access your product detail page, categories page, and other let's say checkout page, and all those pages here. And all the CMS pages will be shown here inside this one. It's like a template page that you design for once, and you can use it for many times you want using a predefined CMS fields. And then you have the elements. See, this is the structure. You have a section and a container inside that one, and we have a navbar, right? If I just select the section and I do control C and control V, I can just copy paste like that. And you have these components is something, let's say this header, right? You're going to use this header on all the pages of your website, right? Then you need this component. So I just select this section here, on the right hand side panel, on the style panel, you see create component. If I click that, I just name it, let's say header, and I just create it. So now it's green. Now it become green, and you can use it anywhere you want. I just click anywhere outside of this green one, and I just hit control E or command E to get this find bar, and I'll just write header. You see this green? If I just click, I can see that. And if I make any change here, let's see, if I make any change here from the settings, I want to make it, let's say, homes. See, this is how component works. If you make change at one place, it will reflect to every other places where you use this component on your website, right? That's and you can see all your components here. You can manage them. And the next thing is variables. So variables is something that you can use to store predefined things. Let's say colors or the fonts or any sizes you want. See size. Let's say I want my size like H2. I want the size of my H2 in the pixel, or you can have all this value. Let's say pixel. I want my H1. Let's say H1 to be 72, right? And I want my paragraph size to be 16 pixel. So how can I access them now? So I'll just click here to go out here. I'll just delete this second one. I'll add another section here, and inside that I will add another container, and here I will do control or command E to bring. You just have to type here, let's say heading. I just type heading. This is my H1, and here I want to make it, let's say, 72 pixel, the one, the H1 we give. In the style panel, I come down here, and in the size, when you hover on this, you see this purple like plus icon. You click that, and you can just set that. See, it's simple, right? You have to do this line height also, right? But that you have to define them in that variable, so you can create your own style guide in Webflow. So that's how you can use these variables. And this is style selectors, all the styles that you have. I have this one, right? So that's why I can see that you can have multiple here. As you start adding new styles, you start creating your classes. This is my class name, right? And I can access it from here. All the assets, whether it's image or PDF or the lottie animations, will be shown here inside this one. In your assets, you can just drag and drop your files here. This is your CMS. In this one, you can create your CMS. I'll talk about this later in the later videos. Here your flow, logic, all these are advanced things, right? We don't mostly use this. We don't use it. We use Zapier or Integromat to create flowless integration with third-party APIs or the applications. You have your users. You can create your users. See, it is telling you this is what it is. Login, sign up, all these pages it will create for you. Okay, so the next thing is e-commerce. See, it will create products and categories pages. Once you click on this, let's do this. I'll just click let's do this, and it will create the pages. You can set up, you can add everything that you want, a business address and the currency and all the shipment. See, add a shipping method, right? You can use a shipping method here. You can review tax settings, all the things which is required for an e-commerce business. Products, categories, discounts, you can create all those things from here. And the last, you have apps. You can search for apps, There are only few apps at the moment, but you can try out this one if you want to integrate with third party apps. That was your by editing to create a website, right? This panel is used to add, let's say, CMS pages, anything that you want here. In the pages, you see the pages. You want to create a new page, you click here, create a new page. Create on the folder, you create a new folder. Or let me delete these things, I don't want them here right now. So here on the right hand side, I see the style panel where you can add a class. Right now we have this heading class. You can add any class, let's say h1. This is your heading class, right? You can create multiple classes like this. Let's say I just add again that one. I mostly use this control E to just search for the item that I want, and I'll add here h1 edit a class. If I want to use this h1 anywhere I want, let's say I add a new paragraph. Let's say paragraph, I want to make my paragraph to look like h1. So what I'll do, I'll just type h1 and I can just click and select that one, so that will use that item, right? And after that you have a layout. By default it is a block. You can use Flexbox, you can use grid. I'll show you right now. You can use inline block, you can have inline, you can hide the element also if you want to. Let's say I want to create a 2 column layout, right? So I'll just hit Control E and I'll just write grid and I'll just hit enter. So I have just added a grid here, and I want to create this grid. Let's say I just want 2 columns and 1 row, right? To edit a grid, you click on here, hit a grid, and it will open. So here you have 2 columns. It says 2 columns, 2 rows, right? I want only 1 row, so I'll just delete that row from there. So now I have something like this. And on the left hand side, I want to use an image. So before that, I will add a div block. Here, as you can see, inside grid, I have a div block, and I'll just copy paste the div block again, so that on one column I have div, second column I also have a div. In the first div block, I want to add an image, so I'll just do Control E, image. Here, I can choose image from here, and here I can add heading. I can add paragraph. Okay, so I have a paragraph here. Okay, by default on body, I will just remove this H1 so that that large heading is gone now. And I want to have a button, so I'll just hit. So whatever you want, let's say button, list, heading, paragraph. So you can just drag and drop here. So I have this layout now. And if you want to put some spacing here, just click on this grid. And for columns, I want, let's say 40 pixel, or let's say 80 pixel, right, to make it look better. So now I have 80 pixel of that, and I want this in the center. I don't want this blank space there, so I'll select that particular div. I want to make it in the center. The content, whatever the content is there in that div block, I want them to be in the center. So I'll just, here on this right hand side, you have align, justify, order. In the align, I'll just make it like that. So now that thing is in the center. The same thing you can achieve using Flexbox, right? So let me just here quick stack, and I'll just use this quick stack here. See, I'll just copy these in that cell. Let's just copy this image. Let's copy that image, and in that cell, let's copy this div in this cell. See, again, you have the same layout. Now you want to add something. Let's say here we had 80. So right now by default it leaves some padding. So let's remove them like this. Want to make it in the center, you can do that from here also. The center, see, the same layout you can achieve using grid and flexbox. Okay, so that is what the use of layout. You can use flexbox and css grid. You have paddings, margins, you have size, you have this ratio, overflow, fit, all these things that you need a typography to change. Let's say I want to change its color to red. That's it, right? Next, you have backgrounds. If you want to add a background image or background color, let's say I want to change its background color to, I just click here. I just want to make it background color to this that matches with my red color, and I want to leave some padding because I don't like uh, this it is attached with the boundaries, right? I want to leave some padding from the boundary. Let me do that. Here I have 26 and I'll add 26 from bottom. I have from top because of this adding, as you can see, 20, right? So this is how you can add background colors, text colors from typography. You can have borders, all borders or just individual borders. You can have, sorry, this was for radius and this is for border, top border, bottom, right and left. You can have a dash. Let's say I want all borders, I want a border but dashed border, and I want to make it a red one and make it, let's say, 2 pixel. So it looks like a card, right? And I can have a radius. Let's say all sides I want a radius, corner radius 16 pixel. Just look at this. We just made few changes and it's looking a little good, not that good. You have these blending options. All these are for images and converting something 2D and 3D transforms for let's say scale, rotate, skew, whatever you want to do, you can do that from here. You can reset your changes from just clicking on that blue one and you just hit reset and it will be reset. Your filters, you can have all the filters that you get in Photoshop. You can have those filters here. You can have your cursor. Let's say I want a pointer cursor for this one. Let's say I play, I see I have a pointer cursor only on that one. Whenever I'm there, it shows me pointer cursor. I don't want that. Let's reset it, and yeah, that's it. You have the style panel. You have your settings for these elements. It's a div. You can name it id div block. You can hide these. You can make it visible. You can add a custom attribute. This is useful when you are using third-party libraries like FinSuite. Then you can use this custom attribute to link with your CMS items and all. You have interactions, means your animations. All the animations are here. Let's say I want this to, when scroll into view, I want to slide this from bottom. Let's play this. See, easy. And I want to slide this from right side, left side. Okay, left side. Okay. Oh no, I don't want the whole one. Just image, scroll into view, slide from left side. Just look at this animation. See the way when something is scroll into view, it will work like this. And you can have your animation for, let's say, desktop or tablet, or let's say I don't want it on my phone, only tablet and desktop, it will work there only. That's how you can create these animations. Okay, yeah, so that's basic of Webflow, how you can add elements, how you can interact with them, how you can add colors and typographies and everything. In the next video we will build a simple landing page where we will use CMS. We will use all the concepts that we have learned, CSS grid and Flexbox, and also we are going to use some animations to make a page interactive, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for the next one. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to our series of Webflow crash course. In this one, I'm going to show you how you can create a landing page using Webflow without writing code. And we are only going to use Webflow's core features that I showed you in the last video. As you can see here on my design, let me just shrink this camera. As you can see, I have a design here done in Pixo. I'm using this Pixo. You can use this Pixo also. I think because it's quite alternative to Figma, and it's also free. You can use this. You can give it a try. And if you want this design file, you can check out the link given in the description, and you can also play with the file, and you can also convert the landing page. You can follow the process so that you can learn by doing, right? So as you can see, I have a design, I have a navbar, the one that we have discussed in the last video, right? And I have a single column layout here, with, like, let's say here we could use a Flexbox. Here I have a hero image, here I have these client logos, here I have these feature sections, right? Left and right one. Here we have this latest news. Here I'm going to show you how you can use Webflow CMS. I have promised you this one in the last video. Here we have a CTS section and our footer section. So only few sections are there. I think these sections are enough to learn Webflow basics to create any page, because here we are going to cover Flexbox, CSS grid. We are going to use Webflow's responsive panel to create responsive for mobile one for this page, right? And let's start with that. Before we start, I want to let you know that I'm using a font called Inter here. So you have to add your font here in Webflow. To add a font in Webflow, either you click here, or let's say if I click here, it says add fonts, right? I click there, it will take me to this website of section of Webflow's settings page. Here fonts, we don't have Inter there, so let's select here, just type Inter, and here let's just select some regular fonts, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just selecting them. It depends on your choices, whatever the fonts you are using, the font weight, you can do that. And from there I'll just go to designer again, so that I have a font, right? So this is my process when I'm building any website. So this is how I build. I add font first, and then export all the images. Let's say here we have a logo as an image, here we have logos of our clients, here we have this image, blog images. I export all of the images and add them first here, so that I have everything in place just to start building my website, right? Once you have added your fonts, now here in the style panel, click on this body, and in the style selector click here, so that it will show you all these classes you have, and the pink one is the default class that Webflow is providing you, right? For all the bodies in your website. So for all the bodies in my website, I want to use a font called Inter. Let's find Inter is here, and this is the font size, and 24 is the line height I'm using. And here I want to use this color. Let's grab the color from here, for 950, and this one here, you have the color there, right? So mean this color will apply to all of my fonts on the website, or my body colors. Here we have images, we have fonts. Now let's set up these buttons. We have two types of buttons, small and large. Small, and I think again large button. So let's create button first. Let's create a small button. I'll just zoom in here, and here I will just add button. Okay, simply add a button here. Before that, let me show you how to add a container. Here you do control E to pull up this find bar and add a section. And when section is selected, hit control E again and add a container. This is your container means it's a fixed value of your viewport, right? So that is the maximum value your content would be in within, right? It won't go outside of it until and unless you create you use positions, absolutes and fixed and all. It depends on that. So my container here is has the width of, let me select this, 1140, and inside that you have 12 paddings given from both sides. You can see those blue lines. So let's say here my container, let's say I'll just write, before I write container, let me delete this css from our previous demo. Let me just clean them up, I don't want to use them. Okay, gone. Okay, now here at this container I want to make it container maximum. Right now maximum with 940, let's make it 1140. So now it's 1140, and inside that I'm going to add a button. Here's my button, and let's get the button color from here. What is the button color? Button color is this. Let's go there and just change the button color. Here my button color. What is the radius of that button? Radius means the corners of that button is 6 pixel. So I'm just going down here in this radius border, in this border section, inside radius I'll just write 6. So from all the sides it will be 6. And what is the font size of that button is 16 pixel, and semi bold, inter semi bold. So I'll just do that, 16 pixel. Let's go here, 16 pixel, 24, semi bold, enter. Right. Text is like sign up. This is sign up. See, it looks like that. Right. And what else do we have here? I think we don't have anything else there. Let's set up its line height to 18 or so. And what is the padding? 10 10 and 16 16 from both sides. Let's say from top and bottom 10 padding and 16 from the both side. Right. So here our button. Let's make a large button. How to make a large button? So let's say you have one button created, a class. Now uh, again add another class here, say large. Right, large. So it's a large button. Large button, we just have to change its padding and all. A padding is 16 16 from top bottom, and from left and right we have 24 24. So let's say 16 16 16 16 24 and 24. You can use your, let's say, alt and just drag these, it will work. Right. But I mostly prefer to use keyboard, not that drag one, because sometimes it doesn't give a perfect one. Okay, so now we have small and large button. So large button, we have a text says try scale for free. Let me use that. Okay, so this is our small and large buttons here. Okay, so we have our buttons ready. These are the classes. You can use this class anywhere. Let's say I am adding a button on a different page, and I want to make this button like this smaller one, right? The default one is the smaller one. So I'll just go here and I'll just add this class button. See, simple. This is the use of CSS in Webflow, the classes that you can easily call and give up the style that you have already predefined. Right. So our buttons are ready. So let's delete them. It won't go anywhere, just deleting it from the viewport. Here let's use headings. Here we have to use headings also. For headings I will use heading heading 1 2 3 4 5. Let's use the 6th one also. So here h1 h2 in the setting panel, I'm changing all these. As you can see, you can follow along, you can speed it down if you want. This is h5, I guess. Yeah, h5 and h6. It is also telling you what is the heading of this item, right? The heading you're using, h1 h2 h3 h4. So by default we are using, for heading we are using 48, and the color is black, right? 48 for the sorry, medium font weight we are using. So let's set all the fonts of we have here. Let's go medium, and let's make it black. Let's not use that, black. For h2 also medium and black. For h3 black, I'll make it medium. For here also h4 black, I'll make it medium. For this one also h5 medium and black, h6 medium and black. Now let's go there and what is the font. This is our h1. Let's say this is our h1. It's 48 and 60 pixel of line height. 48, let's set this as 48 and 60 for line height. Let's say this is our h2, 40 and auto, let's say 48. We can use 40. Let's make it 40 and 48. Here we can go and let's say this is our h. I think this is our h2 again. This is our h3, but let's say this is our h3 and okay, this is also h2. This is our h3. h3, let's use this as h3, 28. For h3, let's go and use 28 and 36. For h4, this is our h4, the block title, 20. h4, all over h4 will be 20 and 28. I'm just using 8 here. Here it by default gives you these ones. You can remove them if you want. I just want to keep these for now. Right, so now you have your headings, your buttons are all set to go. Right, you have your color. Here in the style guide you can see you have everything that you want. Right, 72. So that I think we have added this in the last one. Let me add a color so that I can use it if I need it any time. Just go here and the color is this brand color all and color of this text is this text color. I'm just giving a name. You can give a proper name, meaningful name. Make sure you always name them properly. So here we have a section. Inside container we have headings. Let me delete all the headings now and let's start developing this page. So I'll try to use the predefined sections given by Webflow. So I need a heading, right? I need a header. As you can see in the design, we have a header. So for adding a header, what I'll do, I'll just click here on this plus in the layouts. In this one, I'll just find the header I want. I think this matches with my requirements very well. This one. So I'll just go here and I'll just drag and drop. I don't have to do anything else. I'll just drag here and inside that they might have used the container or something. Container, they already have a container. Let's not use their container. Let's use our own container. So here we have our own container and let's not use these things. I think I don't want to use them. Let's use our own container. Let's make it auto. From margin auto, setting auto means it will leave space from, let's say if you set auto from both the side, mean it will be in the center. Whatever the content size you have, it will be in the center. Okay, so for this one background, I want my background to be white. I don't want to use any predefined color here. Let's take it as an example. Here the image, I'll just choose my logo here. I have my logo. What are the links I have? Home, features, blog, and sign up, right? Home, features, and blog. So here we're going to change a few things. Let me delete that, delete this, delete that. And for this one, I'm not going to use the primary given. I will just use my own button. The smaller one, I think we had tried. Get started. Let's use sign up, sign up, sign up. So this is my button. From top, what is the padding from top? It is 16. Let's add a 16 from top. 16 from top. Padding, I think that's it. See our row over here. Let's go and see the size of this one. 14 pixel regular, and this is the color for the that one. On here, enter normal, we already have that. For all the nav links, that will be our color. Let's say if you want to make it nav link the medium, let's make it medium, right? So this is how you can make it. And what is the spacing is like 24. Let's add 12 from sides. Right now it is that much. I don't want this margin there. I just want 12 and 12 means by default it's like 12. Here I want 24 again, but how can I do that? I'll just add a class here called M for margin, L for left, and a hyphen. Let's say 12 because I already have 12, right? So I'll just add these and I'll just add margin 12. See, this is how our would look like as per our design. That is our header. See, it's easy, right? It's super fast. You can use Webflow's core library to create layouts. So not every time you have to create these things from scratch because it takes time. So you can use these. You can clone some items if you want to. If you want some inspiration, you can go to our website and find more inspiration on how we use components to create uh, these layouts faster, right? So now we have our this ready. Now we have a, see, this is mobile responsive, right? We will change this later, don't worry about that. That we had. Now we have a section. Inside the section we have container, the one we did earlier. So here I want in this section I want image, I want this content with this button. And let's see the padding we have from top. From this menu we have 80 from top, and from these logos we have 67, right? I think that's fine because a logo, that image has that opacity down there. So let's say here I'll just choose that section. From top I want to leave 80, and from bottom also leave, let's say 64, not 67 but 64. Now your container will be in the center. So here I want to add a div block, or you can say, let's say here you go in the elements, V flags, right? Means vertical flags, and H flags means horizontal flags. Whatever you will put inside these V flags, it will give you structure like this, right? So let's add a V flags here. Inside this container I'm adding a flex block, vertical. By default it is vertical. So what we had there, we had a heading, we had a paragraph, and we had a button, right? So now it's not looking properly the way we want it, right? So here in the Flexbox you see all these properties aligned. Right now it is aligned to the start. Wherever you have a box, from the start it will align your content. What if you align your content to center? If you do center, if you hit center button here, your content will be in the center. If you hit end, then it will start from the right hand side. Let's do center because that is what our requirement is. And still the content is not in the center properly because this paragraph is going outside, right? It is starting from the left align. So what I'll do, I'll just scroll down a bit in the style panel, and I'll inside this typography I have this align again. For the content text I want to make it center. See, now it's in the center. So let's go and grab our copy here. Let's make that here. I'll show you a max width, how to use a max width for this content in a while. Try scale for free. Here I have a button. I have this button should be large, right? So let's use button and let's use large. Simple, right? Once you have everything predefined, pre-built, a style guide, then it becomes very easier for you to build any layout, any pages in Webflow. Whether in Framer or Wix Studio, you have to create this style guide. Make sure you always have a style guide with you so that it's easier for, see, 24 we have. So here I choose this Flexbox, and the row gap I have is 24 between all of them, right? So from this one I just want to remove these margins given by default. I don't want them because I'm adding manually row values, the gaps we have for this paragraph also given by default. This I don't like this. Okay, so now as you can see here, if you click here on this paragraph, it says that here in this width one, it says 451, right? So let's go here to make how you can make it just like we did container, how we auto align them right in the center. We can do the same thing here. Let's say choose your paragraph, max width, inside max width 451, and okay, I think we don't have to do that because we are already using Flexbox, so that it is already setting up your content in the middle. Okay, that was your max width. So now if you just review this here, one click, review this and this, same, right? So this is how you create sections and content within Webflow. Okay, so I think we have some padding here also. So let me see, 99, right? Okay, 99. Inside that you have 9, and inside that you have 9. Okay, now it looks perfect to me. Okay, see. Okay, great. I think so far it's good, right? Hope you're enjoying this. If you have any doubts, please leave a comment. I would love to help you out with your queries. Now let's add this image. I'll just go up here after this block. I will add that image, but before that I will let me add that a vflex again, vflex again here. Here again I'll hit Control E and image. I'll choose that image from my assets. Let me find that image. Let me find that image. I think this is the image. Okay, this is the image I was looking for, and I will again make it in the center. And I would like to put some padding between the button content and the image 56, as you can see. So let me put some padding from top, or let's say margin 56. Okay, so now you have a nice looking header area, hero area, whatever you can call the fold area, right? That is built with Webflow without writing any code, right? Simple. Uh, what else we want to do? We want to add these logos. We want to build this layout also. Okay, now let's start with the logos section. So what I'll do now, I'll just copy paste. Let's not copy paste in this one. Let me create another section. This section, inside that I have a container, and container I will always give that container style that we have already created so that it stays in the center. This one has 67 from top and 10 from bottom, but I don't want to add that now because we already have that here, I guess. 67, 64, right? So let's create that section as it is. By default, let me add some padding here so that I have something to create. Okay, I'm just adding. I will remove it at the end, so don't worry about that. Okay, I have a title. So for the title I will use a text block, a simple text block. And what does that title says? Join the 2014 business scale, and that one is like 16 pixel medium and 24 pixel line height, and it is uppercase. 1624. What was the color was this one. Okay, let's change its color to this. And here, to make it uppercase, here you have to click on this more type options and select this one for uppercase, for this one for your capitalize, and for this one for your lowercase, right? This one, and I want this in the center, and I want to make it like a medium, so that it looks like that. 1624. See, we are building it super fast. And now let me use again a Flexbox, but a horizontal one. I will go down here, I will again put it inside that one, and I will use all of my logos, the logos I have. Click that image. Let's say this logo I have here, 2 3 4 5. I think I have 5 logos. Yes. Second one is harvest edge cart. Let's select this harvest edge cart. Don't worry about the layout now. Let's just add the content. We have edge cart, and then we have pastel and infinity. Pastel and infinity. Let's look for infinity. Okay, so I have this flags box. What I'll do, already created horizontal because we have logos in the horizontal way. I want them to be in the center. Okay, I don't want them vertically, but I want them horizontally center. That's why I'm using justify here. Okay, I also want them vertically because if you look at some logos, they are from top, this is large, so some logos might be large in terms of height, so that's why you have to use this in the center, align in the center, so that all your logos will be there. And here let's add a gap called 48. As you can see, we had a column gap. This time we are going to use column because we are working horizontally. 48 for logos, 48 of gap there. As you can see, we have our logo section there, and we have a padding from top. It says I don't know, 32. Let's use from top 32. Okay, so now we have our logo here. So far we have mostly used Flexbox, right? See the power of Flexbox. You just drag and drop things and adjust them as you want, and you'll have something uh, that is given in your designs by your designer. Here we could have used a grid also, but I don't want to use grid for this simple thing. Grid can be used for this one and for this one, right? For large things. Okay, so now we are going to create this section, these feature sections, and we will link all these sections, home, features, blog, later, right? But for now, let's build this section. We will build it for once, and we will use it, duplicate this for these 2 times. I'll show you how you can also this swap them. Here I have these sections. I'll just use this section. I'll just create a new section again. Section, inside that I will add a container. Always make sure that you follow this process. This section, let's give it a name, page section. The hero one is the different one, that's why I'm not taking that one. Here I have the padding for section is 104 from top and bottom. Let's use that, top and bottom, 104, 104. Inside that I have a container. Inside that container, let's give it a name. I have to give it a name. Container stays there. And here, as you can see, we can use a grid, a 2-column grid, one for the image and one for the content. Let's add a grid here. I'll hit Control E, type grid. So I have a grid. I just hit enter. So I have a grid now. Inside this, I just want only one row and 2 columns. Columns, I have 2 columns. Row 1. Here there are 2 rows. I don't want them. Only 1 row, 2 columns. And what is the gap between them? What is the gap between them? Let's use the gap between them 119. Let's use 120. 120 of the gap of that for rows. Let's use, let's say, 40. I think that is good for the mobile one. Here I have I think let's not use 120. Let's not use any gap for now. Well, let's use them later. So I will add a div block inside that grid. I will copy paste that div block again, means I have two div blocks for two columns. So one for the first one, second for the second column. So here I have the image. So I will just pull my image and just drag and drop your image. You can do that too. So this is my image. So here I have this image and I can put that image inside my div block. I have my image in the second div block. For the second column, I have heading, that is h2. See, h2, and you have paragraph. And what else do we have? We have button, a small button, so that is fine. A button, here we can use a button class we already have. Here for the small button, heading, what is the heading title? Heading title is that. What is the paragraph? Paragraph is that. Okay. Okay, now we have this h2. Let's again remove that 0 0. I don't want them because I mostly use Flexbox. Okay, so now this content is like 15 and 24. So here from this bottom, let's add 15, or let's say 16, and below this paragraph, let's say 24. I always change these names. I don't keep it like this. It's not a good practice. Always make sure you give a proper name. Here, this grid, right? Let's say it should be like features grid. Means if anyone is working on this project, your partner or your teammate, right? They know what is this grid used for. Like this heading h2. Give a proper name. Right now, I'm just to show you how this works and all. That's why I'm taking all these examples. Learn more. Text is more. So here the content is in the center of the image. So how can you do that in CSS grid? Select your div block. On the right hand side panel, you see this align to center. So it's in the center now, as you can see here. So it will be in the center, and the gap we have is like 120. That I think we did it also earlier. 120, and that's it. You have a gap of 120. So here what's happening is you have this 50%. Inside this 50%, we are just leaving padding from here. So I think it is creating our section. Not sure right now. What can we do here? I think it's fine. Let it be like this for now, right? And the next one we can do something else. Let me copy paste this feature grid two times so that we have a layout that we want. Here in the second one, what I'll do is I'll just add a class, combo class. This is called a combo class, reverse, right? Reverse, and I want to send this in the last one. See, this is how easy it is, right? So now you have your content here. So this is how your content will be whenever you are creating these using this grid system in Webflow. You have your content. I know this should be here like this, but let it be like this for now. I don't want to add a spacing there. Let's see the gap between two grids, 80 pixel. Let's add for this grid from the bottom, add 80. So means all the grids that is using this class features grid, will have a margin of 80 pixel, but at the last one I don't want, so margin bottom 0. See, I use these class names like this so that I know, okay, here I'm putting margin bottom, or here I'm adding margin top, for empty for margin top, ml for margin left, all those kind of namings, right? For my understanding how what they will do and all. So here we have a section ready, our features section. And after the features, we have this grid section where we have a section title. So let's do that. Let's go up here. Here I will show you another thing, the naming thing that I was discussing about. Here, this one, let's go here. Let's delete this grid. I don't want that here. I don't want I don't want to even use this, so let it be. Let's delete that. So here we already have 104 pixel of padding here. I don't want them from top of my this section, so what I'll do, from here, padding top 0, and I will just make it 0, like that. So now that will be like in sync, right? The bottom still has 104 because I have this section, I'm adding 104 here, that's why. So here what I have a section, so I'll just use again v flex. I'll just type v and I have a flex, and here let's use a heading. Here let's add a paragraph for section title. Let's use this heading because this is good, because we're already using h2 for that one. And here you have this latest news. Here you have the latest news. Here you have good question, the sub paragraph or sub headline. Here I will make it in the center. The content is also in the center. After that one, what is the value? 15. Okay, again the same one, so not an issue. 15 from that one, 16, that is the 16. Okay, so we have a section title. Now after the section title, we have a grid system again, 56. So let's use, after section, let's add 56 of margin bottom for the section. And inside container, click on the container and add another grid and make it 3 column, only 1 row. And what is the gap between them? 24, right? Let's use 24 for mobile and bottom both, for mobile and desktop both. Here I have that one. I'll just create one and I will use it for all of my blocks. I'll just create one. Here the one div I added, inside that I have image, so let's use image. I have my image. Okay, let's create this and I'll show you how you can add CMS here. And I have another heading, and I have paragraph, and I have a link block button. Link block means I can add image, I can add icons inside this link block, that's why. Okay, so now let's say a text block is there, and let's use an image here. For this icon we have, let me go here and export this icon for you. Team icon, export, and I want this in the png format only. I'll just use that png. I'll just use that here again. Let's look if they have added. Not added yet. Okay, let's upload the icon has been uploading, and now select that icon again here. Okay, now we have the icon. So let's make it Flexbox. Here this link block, click on the flex and I align item in the center. And what is the gap that we want to have here? 4 pixel, That's the column gap should be 4 pixel here. And this is our thumbnail, this is our heading. Let's use h3 because we are already using h2 here. And this is our paragraph, a summary. Let's make it this a black color, black. And I don't want to use underline, so that I'll use this cross icon here. Okay, so this is my link. What does it say? Learn more, right? So let's use learn more, learn more. So I have my card ready here that I can use it for my blogs. So what I'll do, I'll go to the CMS, I'll click on the CMS. Now the fun part comes in. Create a new collection. I'll create a new collection. Okay, I want blog post. By default, Webflow gives you all these ready-made, pre-made collections that you can use for authors, categories, projects. If you are creating a portfolio website, then it's for projects. Team members, if you want to add a team member, you can do that from here. And just hit create collection. Let's not make it more complex now. I'll just add fake dummy data given by Webflow. Add 5 items. I want to add them here. I have my 5 items here. So now how to get those collections here? So what I'll do, I'll click on this container. I'll hit control E and I'll just type collection list. See, collection. If I just type call, it shows me collection list. I'll just click collection list. Okay, so now you have your collection list. Then source, where the data comes from. We have blogs, right? Not from the e-commerce. We have created this in the last video I showed you. Let's say blog post. So it will show you how, let's say you have 5 blogs, right? It will show you all the data that you have inside that blog post, inside this list. Let's take a name of this grid. And for this collection list, let's make it let's give it a same name, grid. As you can see, I have my grid here. I have 3 columns, and inside the grid we had created this div block. Let's copy that and put that inside this collection item. I'm just adding that. I'll just delete this because I have these items here. See, as you can see, all the blocks that I have inside my collection list will be visible here. 8 items, right? It shows me 8 items right now, means 3, 6 and 8. Collection list here on my page, you can see I'm showing only 3 blocks, right? So let's use only 3. Let's not use many. So on the settings of this collection list, here you have filters, sort order, and paginate items or limit items. I want to limit items by only 3, show only 3 items. Now, how you can connect these items, headings, paragraphs, and images? Click on the image, come on the settings side. Here on the right hand side, get image from the database. It shows you the thumbnail, right? The thumbnail. And what about the heading? Click on the heading. The same thing, follow the same thing here. Heading, and here let's say summary, post summary. And for this link block, click on this link block. It will work like a link. And this one is for our link page, the detail page, current blog post, means all the blog post. If I click here, so I can view this blog post page, the detail blog post page. If I click this one, the same thing, and goes for other, right? So here I have content. So so here you can add your blog like this in using the CMS. Webflow CMS, easy. And I think we right now we have to build these 2 sections. So let's go again and create them. Let's say again, adding a section. Instead that I can add a container. Inside that container, okay, let's set the color first. Section, I'll go in the style. I'll use the background color, the one we have saved earlier, brand color. And what is the gap I'm adding here? 80 from top and bottom for the padding of the section. 80 and 80. Inside that I have this container, and let's give it a name again, right? Again, name, you have content, two column grid. Again, let's use a grid. Make sure you always name your grids and your items. Here, just for the demo purpose, I'm not naming anything. 120, let's use 120 again. 120. Okay, here on the left hand side, column, first column for the div, second column for the div. Here I have heading. Here, after that I have a paragraph, and after that I have a button. Okay, and on the second column I have image. Let's use that image here. I think this is the one that I'm using there. Okay, let's make this div block in the center. You know this now that I use this align to make it in the center. And here you have this content. It says encourage first. I'll change the heading style, so don't worry for now. Schedule a call. And below this I have a simple text block. I can add that. Sorry for that. I can add that. Not required. Okay. Okay, I'll just do this, that. Okay, so this is my, I think we are using h2 here, so let's use h2 here. Let's make it white. Okay, this one is my white color, and this one is also white but little bit off white, so I'll just use a random color from here. And for this one I'm using button large, but I'm using a white button with a black color. So button large, just add another white. Here select white. For its color, go to color, select black. So now you have your button also like the design. And no credit card required is also using this color. So let me use this here. Let's use that here again. Okay, so we have our heading, paragraph and all. Let's use some padding thing. 24, 24. Let's use 24, 24. Let's use, I'm not using a Flexbox here right at the moment. Let's using 24, right? I think this can be 16 for better visibility. And for this button, for this one, okay, for this one, I don't know why this is clicking two times. Okay, from margin bottom I want 0, 0, and from top let's say 16 or 8. Okay, 8, I'm using 8 from top. Okay, so I have my CTF block ready here. And what else I have this footer. So for footer, let's look at Webflow and see if they already have any footer sections for us. Let's see, layouts. In the layouts I have this hero, footer, features, testimonials, and the footers we already have. But let me see if we can footer, footer dark, footer light, footer light. Okay, let's use footer light. Okay, I think we have something down here, and let's not use that. Let's use our container. Let's use our container to match with our brand. Here we have we don't want to use this because we don't have that thing there here, but we can use, okay, let me use something down here. Let's use logo. Let's not use any text there. Let's use logo like Webflows, right? And you have links, get in touch, and app download. These links you can change this. I'll just show you. Get in touch and download. So few things we don't have, we will remove them. Links, for links, what is the font size? 16 pixel and the medium with black color. Medium 16, 24. Let's make it 24, and 16, 24, and regular. Okay, let it be like this. Let's not use that, and let's use our color. What was our color? 680. That color we had, and use that here. Okay, so I think we have something down here. Now, not going to add these links now. Let it be like whatever is Webflow is providing, and let's add this app download. We don't have that, right? We will customize whatever they are providing. We will customize them. So here, as you can see, here we have this form block. We don't want that form block. The last one, we don't want that form block. What do we want? We want app download. So as you can see, it's not properly like what we have on our design. So I'll just change that in a while. So here we have link block 2. From top it is 20. So let me use a link block, and inside that let me add this one. Let's say we have Google, we have App Store, link elements. Okay, I'm not pasting them inside. Okay, from 20 we have 20. From top we have, let's say, 20. To link block 2, if you just write and use the existing names you have here, I will use App Store icon. Okay, I think we have something that is already there. We don't have this. Let's keep it like this. I think it's looking good. We don't have anything here, but let's keep it like this. Where they have this, and a footer from bottom they have this one. I don't want that border line. Top is fine. Right, let's change this to our. Okay, so not looking like this, right? These are on the side and this is on the left hand side. Let's make it like that. So here they are using a Flexbox, and I mostly don't use Flexbox when it comes to. Let me first use put this here. I don't use Flexbox when it comes to footer, because footers I always prefer to use grid, CSS grid. I want to have, uh, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 column grid, right? 2, 4, and only one row there. And here what I'll do now, in the grid I'll just drag this first one. Therefore I'll just drag this on this side, so that let's say 50-50, something like that, 3. So now if you look at this and our design, it looks little similar. So here we have this grid. Let me use a heading that we have here also. Let's not use the logo. I don't want the logo because I want it to be like our design. Here I think we can use H2 or H3 and get H3, and here we have app. After app we have a new line, so I'll just hit enter, shift enter for that inside that line. Okay, here let's use this 0 so that everything is aligned top. I think this is how you create in Webflow. See the design we have. I'm keeping this. I don't want to remove that one. Okay, let's remove that. This one we had from there. Okay, so I think This is it. Here our landing page is ready. So now let's call it this section. Let's link them up with this inline or on page linking, right? Section linking. Let's call this section first section and call it hero. And the section was, this one is like features. This one is like news. This one is like CTA. And this is our footer. I think we don't want the footer now. So home, click on the home link on this right hand side in the section. This one is the page section, the third one. It says page section. I want this to go to the hero. I want this to link to my features. I want this blog one to link to my news, and I want this sign up to link to my CTA. So as you just click here, let's say home, your blog, click blog. If you click on sign up, it will take you to sign up section. So this is how you can link this inline one. So this one also, again, I think we can use it for our hero, for the home hero. That's it. I think this is how you create a landing page in Webflow. I hope you have learned something from this video. It's we have mostly used Flexbox and CSS Grid and the style guide that I have created initially to create a layout, whatever kind of layout that you have in front of you. You can easily convert them with this system that I just showed you. I use this system in all of my clients' projects and my own projects. Hey guys, welcome back to this video. In the last video, we have created a desktop version of our website landing page that we are converting from Pixo, a design tool, to Webflow website page. In this video, we are going to make the website page responsive, mobile and tablet responsive, and we will also add some animations so that it looks a little interactive, right? So let me shrink my video here. Okay, so as you can see here, the page is on desktop. To make it responsive, changes, click on this tablet version, right? On tablet, to me it looks little good. This is not navbar, requires some, let's say we add some padding here for navbar. Let's say 16 from that and 16 from here on this side, so it looks nice. And for section, for this hero section, let's add some padding from 16 from there and 16 from here. Let's add padding to our container, means because we are using the same container everywhere, right? So let's add padding to our container, 16 and 16 from this navbar. Let's delete it. So this is the benefit of using classes, right? I'm using this container class on every section, right? And if you are using that one, and if you make one change, it will affect on everywhere where you have that class. And this looks nice to me. Okay, here I think we are using, but this is 100%. But let's since this is a Flexbox, let's make it like add a wrap means if your content is overflowing from that Flexbox, right? If you add a wrap, then whatever the overflow content is there, it will go to the next row. Here we have these 48. Let's make it 40, and let's make these 40 as well. Let's not make it 40, and that's too big. Let's 24. And I think that's fine. Let's do 32 and fit all of them in same row for this one, if if they're allowing. No, it's not looking good. So let's make it 40 and 24 row. And what else do we have? This section looks good. Let's just remove padding between these two columns. Right now it is 120. Let's make it 24. 24 is fine. See, everywhere it will be 24. What else? I think this is fine for now. This section is fine for tablet version. This kind of designs are fine mostly. At here, I think we have a gap that we had added. Sure, let's check. Okay, 56. Let's make it 40. And here we have some gap. Let's remove that gap. 120 to 24 so that it looks nice. And I think here the gap we can reduce is this one. Let's make it, let's say 2 fr so that it fits very well. See, as you can see, it fits very well here. This padding, I think on the tablet version it looks nice. Let's go to the mobile landscape. Here it looks nice again, this part. Let's try to reduce this space and fit them well. Okay, now I think it's fine. 16, 16 is too much. 8, 8 is fine. I think this is looking fine to me. Okay, now so for this one, I think we need one column here because it's not looking good here. So I'll just click here on this grid. I'll come to these columns. I'll just delete a column from here. If I delete anything here, it won't affect here or here on this desktop or tablet. If I make any change on the mobile side, it won't affect on your bigger versions, bigger devices, right? It will only affect to the smaller versions. If I make any change here on the landscape, the only changes will be affect to landscape and the mobile version. If you look at here, only that one, not the bigger one. Keep that in mind. Here we have page section 80. I want 64 or something. Let's say 64 for both top and bottom. Okay, I think we did something like we had changed this one, right? I think image we did. So image here earlier it was set to, let's set it first. So let's say we have image, then content, image, and content for features section. And after the feature grid, we have 80 pixel of, let's make it 40, or let's make it 60, a little bit less. And okay, this one, click on the grid we have, click on the grid. I want only one column grid here with the gap of 32 because that is perfect now, I think, right? And here I want a single column grid again. And yep, and for this one I think it's fine. 80 80, let's make it 60 60. I think this is fine. And for this one, let's not go like this. Let's make it one column also. One, one. And this is like one column. And all the footer will be like this. All of your footer will be like this. Now, I think this is fine to me. Gap. What is the gap we have here? What do we gap? 80. Let's not make it 80, let's make it 60, so we don't have lots of white space there. Let's make it 48. And I think to me it looks good. And do we have any space from top? Yes, let's delete that. 16. I think this is fine, perfect. See, in just 5 minutes, I think, right, we are almost done with our responsive page. This text is big, let's make it smaller. Let's make it 40 or something. Let's make it 40 and 48. I think this is fine, but I don't like these one, so let's make it 36. 36 is good. 36 and 44 is fine. What is the gap we have on about this one or button after the, okay, we had a this one, so let's say we make it 16. So I think it looks perfect. Now the image, you have all these logos. You can change the logos if you want. You can use a grid here to show them only one or two columns here. I think these are fine for now. I think we don't want to change them. We don't want to change them here. This heading, I think it's not looking good. It's too big. Let's make it 32 or something. Okay, 32 and 40 of line height. And I think to me it looks good. What is 8? Let's make it 8. And this is fine. 24. Let's make it 16. So wherever we have these classes, it will take that one. And I think yes, this is looking good. So here our landing page gap. And what gap do we have here? We had 40. Let's make it 0 so that we have enough gap. And let's select the grid again, and let's make it 32 so that they have enough space between those sections. And we had this final link, and let's make it like a 16 or so. From 80, let's make it 60, and from bottom is fine to me for now. Okay, so this is your responsive landing page, mobile tablet, and it fits very well on your that one mobile size. Okay, now let's add some animations quickly. So whenever my page loads, right, when this sections comes into view, I want to add animations. Like for this Flexbox, click on these interactions here, click on this element trigger. I want to do scroll into view. Here you can use page load animations, and all those are advanced things. You can check out my YouTube channel for more videos on that one. I want to use slide. I want content to come from the left hand side with, let's say, a delay of 100 or so. And for the image, I want my image to come from, when it's going to view, come from slide, come from the right hand side, and 100 again. Just have a look. See, a smooth animations, right? It's not advanced animations. It's just the basic animations that you see on most of the websites. And I think these animations are good for page loads, right? It won't take too much of your time to load your pages when you are applying for Google speed score. That one, this one, I want this to come from the let's say that one was let's grow this when it visits 115. Offset is 15, means 15%. When 15% is passed, then it will work like this. See, animations like that. And for this one, let's use again that the same animation, slide in from left. I mostly use 10, 100. Here again the same animation, but I will change the flow from right side. 10 and 100. And here the same thing we used for the first one. When this scrolls into view, I want it to come from the left hand side. 10 and 100. Let's preview the animations now. Just check out these animations. See how easy it is to create animations in Webflow. Again, this one, let's if you want to add, you can add that. Scroll into view, slide, bottom. Let's not use bottom. Let's use let's use something else. Let's use fading, right? 10, 100. Fade in animation. And for all these one, let's use for this collection to make it scroll into view, slide from bottom, that. And this is how I use animations in Webflow. So for this one, let's make it more interactive. For the select a div block, the column, inside the column we have a div block. Select that one and scroll into view, slide. I want it to come from the right side. And for this one, I want it to come from the left hand side. Okay, now just have a look. See, Both will, like, it will come from the opposite sides. So I think it's good. And again, for this one, let's add this animation for the whole footer. Whole footer animation, scroll into view. I want it to come from the bottom, 10 and 100. Just check out the animations we just added in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we have added the cool animations, scroll animations when something comes into view, and that part interacts, right, as that smoothly comes into your page. So what else? I think that's it. And the second thing I want to talk about is the hover animations for these buttons. Right now nothing happens, right, when you hover on this one. So let's do that. Let's select this our main button. Here we have large. For temporary, I will just, let's look for the small button we have. Here we have a button. Click here in the style panel on this drop down and select hover. When someone hovers on my website, what do I want to do? I want to change my button's color to a little lighter, and click just outside and click the button again and add some transitions, right? So what are we doing? We are changing the background color. So select here background color and keep as it is 200, right? And just look at this. See the way it changes the color of that button when you hover on that button. All the button that has the button class will have that effect now. So we already have it for these ones. See, if you look at here, so not going to do that. So this is how you add animations in Webflow. Now these things are done. What we did desktop version, mobile version, we added animations. Now what else is left? The SEO, right? To add SEO, click here on the page like icon, click here on the settings. Here you can change your SEO title, SEO meta description, and SEO open graph title. This you can keep same. This as for this is used for the social media. If you want to change, you can change them. This is open graph image, means if you share it on your social media, the image you want people to see, right? That image will be shown, that you can add here. And your custom codes you can add here. This is how you add your SEO. Now let's publish your website. How can you do that? Click here on the right hand side top. Here you have to add a custom domain. To add a custom domain, you have to buy hosting. So how can you do that? So you have your website here. Click here and go to the site settings. Inside site settings, you can purchase your plan. Let's say here in my plans, our website is static. We don't have CMS, right? I think we have CMS, right, for blog. Sorry. So then we have to go with this plan, CMS plan. If we are not using CMS, then go with this plan. If you don't want to add a custom domain, then go with this free plan. Just add, click here, select this Webflow crash course, this staging domain, publish to selected domain, and you can share this link with anyone you want. But if you want to add a custom domain, your website.com, right, and you get this plan static for business and e-commerce plan. They have different plans, right? You can choose anything that you want. Once you get a plan, go to this publishing, and here add a custom domain. Right now it is asking you to add a plan. That is what I just showed you before, and you can do that thing from here. And I think that's it for this one. Let me bring this up. So I hope you have enjoyed this series. We have created a pixel perfect website from my design file to Webflow. I showed you what things are where in Webflow, how you can add animations, how you can add SEO, how you can make a website live, how to make a website responsive in Webflow. And that's it for this video. And if you have any query, any questions, just leave a comment, or you can reach out to me to my website. I like to help you guys to learn more about no code tools, so that's why I'm coming out with Framer, Wig Studio, and Webflow videos on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe my channel and like my videos. Bye.